would be, I know I said I wouldn't trade, but obviously we just swept the low perfectly. And if we get some type of rejection here, yeah, it's full pot long. Not really, but just see a good rejection. Get a good rejection. Hold on, let me cook. Bro needs the double tap. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Do what? Oh, no. Uh-oh. Turtle soup entry. I know, 5-minute open, sweep, liquidate the low. Come back inside the range. Yeah, this would be one of those where just tap the buy and you hold. But let's see. I mean, yeah. Other than what we talked about, right into a reaccumulation. Get our quick distribution back inside the range would be the only thing I would really be trusting. If it broke that low super fast, I would like see this like 1-minute CSID holding. Right, we liquidate our previous down closure as well as in the 5-minute order block. We did the same thing. While forming a new 15-minute rejection block into our hourly close, where, so to speak, we could get our liquidation of our low and then closure back in the range on the hourly. Yeah, see how we liquidate the low and then same thing here. So yeah, and then obviously, stop would be below that low. Hindsight scammer, what do you mean? You could have entered in the air. I took it too, bitch. Oh, my bad. Sorry. You're too good at it sometimes, bro. I see it and I'm like, what? No, bro, you come in with the most tone-deaf voice and I think you're being so dead ass. Your sarcasm's so good, bro. That shit's funny. Holy shit. Got my dumbass. How would you wait for the... You could easily wait for the 5-minute here, if you really wanted to. Like, if you, like... So, if you happen to wait for it, right, we gotta... it probably would take, like, 2 or 3 candles. But you start to see our reaccumulation. Right, us ended up taking out this external was... even if you're in here, you should have been break even like we talked about. But, in a sense, right, we should, manipulate, distribute back inside the range, reaccumulate above the high, and then move higher. This guy. Hey, we ain't delivered yet, buddy. You better not stop flexing. Yeah, Sony put it in chat. Now we're finna fuck it up. And then even in a sense here, when I was talking about the order block, and then like this is that candle I entered short on when I was short right here, right? I didn't enter the IOFED. I entered the reaction candle right after. So even like not a good entry, but right, we fill another order block, react to it, you can enter inside of this candle reacting to the order block. So, you know, it can look like, sort of a couple ways, right? You buy, then you wait for it to flip, right? And then you obviously, you know, target the other end. Or you buy the order block, right? Stop below the low, and then just like a little, you can give it like a little breathing room. Or you can buy like somewhere inside of here and either put your stop there or pass this low to the left. And yeah, let me make sure. Dude, my entry's like fucking godly, bro. Dude, yeah. Dude, my entry's insane. It's 305.75. I was looking on the 5. Sheesh. Alright, kick your feet up, boys. Time to go to sleep. Let the trade hit take profit. Don't touch it. God, that entry is so clean, bro. Oh my God. Dude, Anthony, yeah, that everybody did. Nah, Sony, Sony, I'm not gonna lie. He wasn't in here when you said that, so he came in. Nah, you did call it. You got your little level. But see, I said the same thing too after us tapping that order block, right? If we didn't deliver doing the damage inside of the high time frame fair value gap, right? Boom, easy sweep into the breaker. Fair value gap here, still residing inside of the high time frame fair value gap. Oh, nobody gives a fuck about your points. That's what I called. I called the first tap in the order block. You soup this, decent. Under PDEQ, you remember that? Yeah, yeah. No, we're both kind of trolling each other. Good shit. Just calls him a dumbass. Alright. That's awesome. I think we did, right? Just take going. And like one way I try and stay like consistent, like with partialing, is you guys know I try and trade the whole entire range. Like, you guys know I sometimes end up taking like small losses here and there, and I try and send those when I do. Like sometimes those small losses are annoying, but I'll just partial one micro, and even like one micro here, like that's 300 or like let me look 250 ticks. It makes up for not like an insane amount of losses, but it would make up for one or two, or just if I did something stupid. But yeah, just keeping that in mind. Obviously, I'm gonna hold until the data high. If it SMTs the data high into previous day high as well, I'll probably take not most of my profit. It depends how far we are from it. I'm not just gonna get greedy and like just be an idiot because I'll take all of it off. Hey, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. That's a great rule to have. That shit, yeah, I know. I know. What the fuck was that, Crunk? Nah, bro, you just said, "Wow." Bro said Diddy. Diddy came in the room real quick. That's funny as fuck. Honestly, a good first partial is like really just like wick high, unless you want to take inside here. But that'll be like my first hole, negating the entire FEG, negating the breaker too. But negating, whatever. Yep, I was doing that right. I was gonna say I added in at what candle is that? 1020 1023. Phew. That was not fast. I tried to get back before 10:30. Good Lord. But yeah, that 10:30, 10, I don't even remember what time it was. What time was it? The 10:23 was pretty high. It also entered like 10:25 because that's like the CSID. But um, yeah, it's pretty much the add-in. Any questions about why I added in there? Sorry, I didn't know what. It's kind of shitting back. Should deliver external, hopefully. And then go ahead and attack that upwards level of that fucking. Would you call the 945 on the 5 minute a bearish Judas? See what you're talking about. Yes. Is that fat ass dit? Yeah. Yeah. But see, like, that's expected though. Like, so, I mean, I told you, right? If we were gonna dump past that low, we would do it quickly. And then, right, we come into your exact key low, key level, right? To distribute quickly, we have to, manipulate quickly. We manipulate the low very quickly. Very quickly enough in the open to where, in the back of some of y'all's heads, you might be thinking, damn, like we might actually keep dumping, like, um, but to enough to where I can, see it, also in that 950. I know I always talk about different times. We have 10:30, we got 8:30, we got 9:30, we got 950 into 10:10. I know there's a lot, but it's just with experience of seeing them and using them so many times. Of which it's almost like which algorithm do you need to pick today. It's like, all right, you can clearly see we've accumulated and distorted after our 8:30. So for us to deliver from that order block, right, we did manipulate hard downwards, but we didn't distribute away. And the whole time we were sitting in there, I was like, it seems like the accumulation leg. I was wanting to stay with my bullish bias. The 5 minute CSID was holding, but after another purge of the high, I simply couldn't sit there and say we're not going to take out these lows. Um, then I was just like, I was so indecisive. Then we come into actually blasting past the low. And I'm not saying, oh, I'm short now. I was okay. Like this should be a good position for us to look, long again. And it's not like, I mean, it's not like, oh, I'm just going on the 15 minute and fucking picking, you know, uh, picking just picking random order blocks or FEGs, right? We have the higher time frame, fair value gap that's obvious here, as well as that 4 hour one, right? We have the wick, as well as I wouldn't even really count that, right? Uh, yeah, me and Crunk were in here. Yeah, I mean, we pretty obviously called it. And then from the CSID, um, continuing, yeah, like when we were down, um, I mean, I'll have to look back. I'm pretty sure it was around this time, right? We wrote all that out. Even when we were in here, we were kind of joking around, but we were, talking about longing. I mean, I never use, what's this thingy? Like, I'll use this in, like, videos, but, like, actually pulling this out in the moment. I was just like, we have our CSID, right, with our liquidation on the 1 minute and the 5 minute, right? This low should be, it's gonna be protected into delivering. Can we have that, please? I mean, that's not something I normally do, you know what I'm saying? I don't use that. Sony, what the hell? Sony, you tripping. I mean, I simply don't use it, everybody, I mean, I've never had a problem with everybody else, me being like, stop it like this low or, entering, here. Um, I thought the 931 was the manipulation into that 1 minute low. Yeah, we were talking about that there. Like, if you would have entered that, it wasn't bad. But especially after here, and then after, it was this 1 minute close into the 5 minute open at that 946, um, delivering from the 30 minute right into that FEG, right? 15 minute, almost expected it, right? And then sweeps the high, just same thing. But one of the biggest thing, right, is spotting, react to this IOFED here, deliver lower, close. So I wasn't not expecting, some type of rejection lower, but I, was more expecting, a push higher, reaccumulate, and then, or push lower into some type of cleaner market maker model. But after uh, it, like after reaccumulating like that and delivering from that 30 minute back internal, there's just like I was, biggest thing I was just like, if anybody is actually in a trade, would be break even, because you're delivering back internal to external from that 30 minute. And right, we've already, in a sense, tapped this order block once, so reaccumulating here as well with the hourly open, we shouldn't need to, come back below it, especially with this green candle. Um, so yeah, it was just too choppy and distorting, and then into deliberating or into manipulating, right? Very quick and very hard. See where OT is of this. Yeah, so here's our reaccumulation above the high. I mean, necessarily, I wouldn't believe this to be um super protected. I wouldn't try and long above it if we do get a retracement lower. I'm finna hop off here, but um like I said, I'm gonna be holding break even. I'll add in once, like I said, if we break that low, come in, to an OT, but it really depends the time. Like, we're coming into 10:30 now, so I wouldn't expect any type of move past this low in an ordinary sense, um, right? Because internal, external, right, balance price range here, so we should be able to deliver above it, and that would be in the situation where I would add in like that 1 micro there. Um, I'll have to say, I don't know if I sent that chart, but yeah, add in that 1 micro there, and then just deliver higher. Um, but it looks like it's gonna take that internal. I don't know. I just wouldn't really take it into 11. But that was like the other day when we exactly like that NFP day where we, had our 10 into a 9-10 delivery, and then 11 comes around and it's, just not as appealing. Um especially, you know, delivering from the hourly order block, but I would really anticipate us to move higher, at least one more time, right? With this being the first tap in that order block, and then one move lower, move higher, and even if we were to move lower, right, we would need to run and then move lower. So yeah, that's kind of my bias for like the rest of the day. I don't know. Anybody else got any questions before we hop off? I'm gonna end the recording. Hour